Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have it all together when it comes to money, while others just can't seem to move forward? Today, we're going to uncover how to change that with an analysis of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Yeah, I know, you've probably heard about it 1,000 times, right? But wait, here we're giving you a practical, clear, and straightforward approach. No complications, no confusing theories, just the essentials, so you can start applying them in your life today. If you're looking for financial clarity, this might just be your starting point. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of this book, presents two very different perspectives on money. The first one, from his Poor Dad, is the traditional mindset most of us have heard. Study hard, get a good job, save, and live within your means. Sounds familiar, right? On the other hand, Rich Dad taught him something completely different. Make money work for you instead of just working for money. It's not just about being rich. It's about understanding how to build a solid foundation of passive income that grows over time and gives you that long-desired financial freedom. One of the most powerful ideas in the book, and maybe the most life-changing one, is the difference between assets and liabilities. It seems simple, but if you really understand it, it can completely transform the way you handle money. According to Kiyosaki, an asset is something that puts money in your pocket. A liability, on the other hand, is something that takes money out of your pocket. Easy, right? Now let's look at real-life examples so it doesn't stay abstract. A house you buy to rent out. Asset. It brings in income every month. A house you buy to live in and pay a huge mortgage on. Liability. Even if it's yours, it takes money from you each month. A luxury car you finance over 5 years. Liability plus interest. A small business that earns you money every month even when you're not there. Asset. A brand new $1,200 phone you only use for social media. Liability. A laptop you use to edit videos, create content, or sell services. Checkmark asset. See the difference? It's not about whether it's nice, new, or big. It's about whether it generates or consumes money. The average person buys a car as soon as they get approved for credit, but someone with a rich dad mindset uses that money to buy a coffee machine, rents it out in an office space, and with the monthly earnings, starts generating income to purchase a new asset. The well-known Grant Cardone started his journey from the bottom, just like many of us. He was born into a lower middle-class family, and his first job was selling cars. Even though it seemed like an ordinary job, Grant was already learning a vital lesson. Money isn't made just by working hard. It's made by investing smart. His big turning point came when he decided to start investing in real estate. And you know what? He didn't start with huge amounts of money, but he did have a powerful growth mindset. He bought his first rental property in a modest area, and over time, the value of the property increased. That's how he started generating passive rental income without having to work constantly. Today, Grant Cardone owns a real estate portfolio worth over $2 billion. And it all started with one simple decision: not to settle for what life gave him, but to learn how to make money work for him. Key lesson: mindset is everything. If Grant could do it, so can you. You don't need to start with a lot of money. What you need is financial education, patience, and the right mindset to invest in things that generate real long-term income. You, too, can build assets that work for you. Let me repeat, the secret is investing in assets. In school, we're taught all kinds of subjects, but rarely are we taught how to manage money, and that's exactly what needs to change. Real life example. Billionaire Warren Buffett has mentioned many times that a big part of his success came from his love for learning about money and how to invest, starting at a very young age. At just 11 years old, he was already buying stocks. And now, at over 90 years old, his fortune exceeds $100 billion. His key: developing a mindset of constant learning about how money works. Robert Kiyosaki encourages us to invest time and effort into learning about personal finance, to let go of fear and learn how to recognize opportunities when they appear. You don't need a degree in economics to get started. All you need is curiosity and the willingness to learn. One of the most powerful lessons in Rich Dad, Poor Dad is how it shifts our mindset. Rich Dad doesn't see money as something distant or unreachable. He believes that anyone with the right mindset can succeed, and that, more than any magic formula, is what can truly change your life financially. And now you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I start with very little? The answer is, it all starts with a growth mindset in education. Robert Kiyosaki tells us that you don't need a lot of money to begin. You just need to learn how to use what you do have wisely. Start by investing in yourself, learning about personal finance, understanding assets and liabilities, and looking for ways to acquire assets that generate passive income. It's not about doing everything at once, but about taking small steps that, over time, lead to major achievements. Real-life example. Pat Flynn didn't start out as a successful digital entrepreneur. In fact, he was an architect. He had a good job and a stable income. Until he was laid off without warning. It was a tough blow, but also a turning point that changed his life. Instead of looking for another traditional job, he decided to take a different path, turning his knowledge into an asset. How? He created a small online guide to help others pass an architecture exam. He uploaded it to the internet and went to sleep. The next day, he had made a little over $7. And the following month, over $7,000. What did Pat Flynn realize? That his knowledge could be packaged once and generate income over and over again. That PDF became his first digital asset. He didn't have to be present to sell it. And from there, he built his entire business. Courses, blogs, podcasts, automations, assets that continue to generate income even while he's on vacation with his family. That's the difference between working for money and making money work for you. Pat didn't win the lottery. He simply understood the game. Create something once and let it keep producing value over time. It's not about giving up on your dreams. That car, that house, you can have them. But if you buy them too early, they become anchors that slow down your growth. On the other hand, if you focus today on building assets, even small ones, you'll be planting the seeds of freedom. And believe me, your future self won't just thank you. They'll pay you back with peace of mind and true financial independence.